welcome to another daily devotion this Thanksgiving week as we think about things we're grateful for. This week's topic is encouragement. And I'll start by asking, have you ever had a nickname? You know, maybe it's something Flash or Iceman or The Music, Jimmy Two Toes, whatever it may be. Whether you're watching an Italian mob movie or you're watching the Blues Brothers or some sporting event, people give people nicknames, sometimes just based on their last name. But in the Bible, there's a guy that we meet in the book of Acts called Barnabas. And his nickname, the name that the faith community gives him is the one who is the son of encouragement, an encourager. And what does that mean? Well, Barnabas starts off in this faith community. He notices that there are people who don't have enough to eat, who don't have clothing on their back, and who are not housed. And he says, let's, those of us who have, during this time of struggle, give some of our resources. So he sells a bunch of land, whether it's in Cyprus, where he owns land, or in Israel, we don't know. But he sells his land and says, I want you to give the proceeds, spread it out about across the people. Almost like when the offering plate is passed in church, instead of saying, now, for those of you who are able, give what you can to support the ministries of the church, but those who are not, take what you need. Wouldn't that be a novel idea? I wonder how the ushers would handle that, the counters. What do you mean, take what you mean? Yeah. So that there's nobody in our communities wanting. I want to encourage you in that way. And then you think about Paul. Man, Paul's known for writing all these New Testament books, but I'll tell you what, behind the scenes, you read those letters, Galatians, 1 Corinthians, Romans even. People are attacking Paul left and right. Yeah, he's this squat little bald guy. Yeah, he writes a powerful letter, but man, his preaching is pretty wishy-washy. He commands a presence until you're actually in his presence, and then, well, it's a little bit of a disappointment. There's better church leaders. We like Apollos. We like Peter. And behind the scenes is Barnabas saying, Paul, God put you on this path for a reason. Paul put you in my life for a reason. God put you here with me. He takes on Mark and encourages Mark along his discipleship journey, the one who writes, according to church history, the Gospel of Mark. And all along the way, behind the scenes, a man who we don't hear a whole lot about is encouraging those we hear a ton about and know a lot about. One in the prominent gospel writer, one the Apostle Paul. And so I wonder, in a time when people are feeling very isolated, very alone, when not all is happiness and joy and Thanksgiving parades and turkey bowl football games and turkey trots, because we're in the midst of this global thing, this pandemic. What would it mean to pick up the phone and as part of your Thanksgiving call and say to somebody else, you know what, I'm grateful for you. Do you remember the time when such and such happened? I saw God in you in that moment. And I just want you to know that. I haven't told you that before. I want you to know that. And finding ways to lift people up, to build people up in the beauty of who they are before God and before you. I'm willing to bet there's somebody who's listening to this today, or maybe somebody who's listening who you know, who sure could use an ounce of encouragement. Won't you consider that person being you today? So turn off the devotion, pick up the phone. May God be with you this Thanksgiving.